Hi everybody, I'm Crosbie from Finch Chevrolet in London, Ontario, Canada, and you're watching Cars and Crosbie. The sun is shining, it's month end. I've got 11 deliveries to go out in 3 days because I was a little backed up with having the baby and getting back in the go. Just like the trains that always go by here, this diesel train's just warming up and we've got a lot of fun things to do. We've got a new team that's starting out at the beginning of next month, which is in a few days, and we've got on today's episode a doozy of a project, the most loaded Corvette that I've done to date, and it's the last Corvette of the 22 model year, so stay tuned. I've got a great one coming your way. All right guys, feast your eyes. Fishman was here and I was busy and I wasn't able to say hi to Fishman. I apologize, buddy. I wish I could have seen you, but you left me one heck of a project. This project is already just amazing in itself for this color. It's a sunny day, red mist metallic. We've gone on and on and on about it. It's changed my whole perspective of a red Corvette. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but like, you know, here is a brand new AT4 in a red color. And to me, I think, you know, no hit against the gentleman that bought this, but these AT4s and these things look better in white and black and shades and stuff like that. But you take this color, which is bang on almost the same as red mist, and you put it on a car like this, and boy, oh boy, does it change the animal. It just goes to show you, you know, colors are, you know, they look good in different vehicles. You know, these caddies look good in Quicksilver metallic. I think one of the main reasons why is because of these crests being complemented on this backdrop. And you know, other things, trucks and stuff like that, I think they look good in black. This terrain looks good in black. This Corvette, dang oh dang, love it. We got lots to talk about. This is a 3LT Z51 hardtop convertible with every option. He clicked as many boxes as possible. And if you guys remember, when we come to carbon fiber, I put out a couple of episodes about having a consistent design language, and if you're going to start with something, start with that idea or that inspo. You got to go all the way. And with him clicking every box, you can dang believe that in terms of carbon fiber, we're doing it. We're going to go all out with carbon fiber on this project. So this is going to be a fun one because from start to finish, you're going to see as much accessories of carbon fiber as possible. Some of these things may not be here in time, so you might have an update on this down the road. And if you've seen on some of my other episodes when we've gone to Carlisle and stuff, there's some already great examples of what some people have done. So scroll back into my Carlisle episodes and you'll see some really good carbon fiber builds. Not to take away the shine on this one that we're going to be starting, but at least you get the before. You know, you got a red mist, black as the accents on here, and a controversial thing that we have talked a lot about has to do with the interior. When you've got a lead singer on stage, you don't want to be clashing too much. So in terms of the interior on here, we have the 3LT with the black stitching, with the red stitching as the accent, because we don't want to take too much away from the outside paint. When the top is off on here, I don't want a ton of adrenaline red to come through. But after looking at the consensus build for 22 model years and 21 model years when they had red mist, there's a lot of people out there that disagree with me on that and that they have an adrenaline red interior. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great, but if I'm gonna have two reds on a vehicle, they kind of clash sometimes together, and so I wanted to bring it as subtle as possible. You'll also notice that we have the edge red calipers on here. We've got a nice set of shoes that are going on here. You probably knew that based on my previous episodes and saying that you see a base set of wheels coming in on one of my Corvettes, it's likely because there's an aftermarket set going on. And yeah, there's a lot of fun things. Actually, one of my clients just reached out to me and said that they needed a split spoke set of wheels. So maybe, Dale, I'll be reaching out to you about this customer as long as he's okay with it and getting rid of those split spokes for your guy. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We've got a lot of fun things going on. I'm ear to ear with Sean, who is going to be starting out to work for me and the team. He has some decent sales experience, and I'm going to be teaching him just like I've been watching the new Star Wars show, so I'm going to do some Star Wars references here, you know, in terms of me being the sensei and him being the Padawan, in terms of getting you know, ready to go and being a salesperson. I don't want to have an assistant that works for me for a decade. I want to create somebody that can be just as capable of doing what I do down the road. And so I'm going to be kind of, you know, doing a mutual agreement with him where I'm teaching him everything I know. He gets to watch the entire process, but he's also going to be helping out you guys for when you guys are reaching out in terms of placing orders or escalating things so that they get to the top of it. If you're in month end like I am right now, obviously with having 11 deliveries, it's going to be very difficult for me to be checking my emails. And that's one of the biggest problems that I've had on the channel with you guys, is that sometimes things just get lost because I'm dealing with something that's on site. And as you guys know, with this being a turn and earn strategy with General Motors, the faster I sell this car and get it out for delivery, the faster I can earn more allotment. So no offense to you guys. I really love the fact that everyone reaches out from all over the world, but Sean is going to be helping out so that we can get in touch with you guys faster when I'm dealing with fancy pants deliveries like this right here. We had the Indy 500 over the weekend. Congratulations to Marcus Ericsson, an ex-F1 driver. He had a Honda in the powertrain, which is kind of poopy compared to the Chevs out there. It's too bad that we didn't win the Indy 500. But the Z06 was the pace car, which is quite nice. And there was also a really big sale at Mecum for, I think, $1.35 million on some previous Indy pace cars, which is kind of cool, and right with the times with it being the Indy 500. The race in Monaco for F1, I think it's going to be controversial. They're renegotiating their contract. I don't know if they're going to get their contract back after the parade of rain and one crash that basically eliminated anyone from passing for the rest of the race. It was interesting, to say the least. It was a long race at the very beginning, but with me having a baby in my lap while I'm feeding her or burping her and stuff like that, I've been watching a lot of sports lately and trying to get back to emails with one hand. So I've got lots of vehicles that are starting to come through. GM is starting to finally get on top of some of these vehicles that have been sitting in field. So you will notice that there is an increase in the amount of dealerships that are getting stuff. Just looking at my dealership, for example, these are all the vehicles that are on their way out. This looks like we have a full lot. If you came in and you said, hey, can I get a vehicle? Can I buy something? Every single one of these vehicles is sold. And they're just in the process of getting done. So 11 of these are in the process right now of getting done. For example, this bad boy here, this is an Onyx edition, or sorry, a black carbon edition HD. Everything is blacked out on it. We're going to get tint done on it later on today. $99,000 for a truck without dualies in the rears. I think we showed you the 3500 dually that was just over 100 last time. This is as close as it gets. The client is looking at getting it blacked out even further, and I'm hoping that in the future they come out with a black chrome mesh grille, because they're doing that on the 1500 series with the new Ultimate Denali's that you may have seen with this refresh. So I'm hoping that in the future we can do it, because in the past what we did is we took these and we painted them, and then they turn into Starry Nights down the road, because when a stone chips it, it exposes some of the chrome from underneath it, and you're just kind of setting them up for a disappointment if they're going to be in it for the long run and they dropped $1,000 on getting the grill and everything painted out, and then it becomes all speckled. So I can do it. And just a heads up, if you're going into another dealership, they can paint it for you, but they may not give you the full disclosure on what's going to happen down the road. And I am, because I don't want to set you up for failure and disappointment. Wow, there's a cool SRT that just came in. These things are pretty awesome. They've got a 6.4 liter V8 in it. Holy cow, this has got a Corsa exhaust on it too. Dang, that's a pretty cool car to have traded in here. I did not know we had that. We've got an SRT Jeep Grand Cherokee, one of my favorite vehicles. The wheelbase is a little shorter than what you need to have all that power. The Durango version, which unfortunately they've already gotten rid of, has a little bit of a longer platform for that kind of power. But these SRTs, they're naturally aspirated, huge V8 engine in them, an amazing sound, and I'd be interested to hear what that Corsa exhaust sounds like. Went and visited a dealership that I had some work getting done on another vehicle. And while I was there, I saw this. I was getting some work done at a buddy's place on another vehicle, and look what I found. My car. Look at this. Good old-fashioned Morgan. Great Britain's finest. Made out of wood. This is a wood frame car, guys. I'm sure some of you know what this is, but to other people that don't, this is a Morgan. And Morgans are unique in the fact that they're made out of a wood frame. So luckily there's no termites in this area, but That's something that I guess you'd need to, I'm just joking, obviously. I'm sure there's things that they do to protect it. Let's take a look underneath here to see if we can see any of that wood. I don't think I see any of it. This looks pretty original. Like, those are some nice patinaed brakes. Nice knockoffs though. I'm digging the color. Loving that. I don't know what that 4 means, but I'm sure someone will comment about that. How cool is that, guys? We got 100 years of driving passion, Morgan Sports Car Club of Canada, 50 years, and the Morgan Sports Car Club. Oh, well, you know what they say, if your name's on it, you own it. Oh man, there's this Morgan everywhere. I gotta get some Morgan memorabilia. I think this is gonna become a new little passion of mine. How cool is this, guys? Oh, it's got side pipes. Oh man, this thing's getting better every time I look at it. Here's a meal, guys. God dang. What is this? This must be the fuel cap right in there. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like half boat, half car in a way, with all the wood that's on it and these snaps that remind me very nautical. You can even cover up that area. There's some nice leather on there. I like that too. Oh boy. All right, back to vet stuff, guys. Not bad, eh? You know, your name's on it, you kind of got to own it. At least that's what I think. What else? We've got confirmation on rough confirmation that the 3rd week of September that we are going to be doing a Corvette takeover at the dealership here. I will make a more formal announcement, but we're 90% on the 3rd week on the Friday, and then rain date for the Friday or the Saturday to have our Corvette takeover here at Finch Chevrolet. I would love it if people from all over the place could come down and visit it. We are going to be ramping up the amenities that we have, and then we also will be using Corvettes of Western Ontario's resources to help out in getting everything done efficiently. And we also have some lodging that we'll have available just through some of the people that work for Corvettes of Western Ontario that have some hotel hookups that work there. What else do we need to talk about today, guys? I think that's enough for now. Obviously, you know that we're going to be doing this through the shop. Oh, we're going to go through and just do a quick summary on some service stuff. I got my Corvette in for its summer service. I did a brake service, and then I also had my wheels finally swapped over, and I had that little gremlin with the bent wheel. And you're going to hear about all that right now. I'm going to sign off right now because I'm going to leave this service component for the very end. Some people may not be interested in watching what we do if they don't have a Corvette already. If you are interested, you're going to see what Phil does to my Corvette to get it ready for the summer. I hope you guys enjoy this. We got lots of episodes already filmed and some that we're going to be doing. You're going to meet Sean very soon. If you're reaching out, you're going to have a way quicker response because he's going to be in control of expediting my emails and making them so they rise to the top, and so that the spam and stuff doesn't drown them out. I apologize in advance, but as you guys know, this becomes first priority when they come on the lot. I hope to see you guys at some events. I am looking at trying to reach out and meet with Mike Furman down in Pahrump, Nevada at the Corvette Training Academy for Ron Fellows. So that's something I'm looking at. And then also Carlisle this year is looking like I'm going to be going to that as well. So stay tuned for more awesome content. Lots of stuff coming through the pipes. The sun is shining. Corvettes are coming in. We've got cool projects on the go. I'm Morgan Crosbie from Finch Chevrolet, and happy motoring. All right, guys, case in point why we always check these out before we do it. We have an issue with this, and Phil here is going to show us what the issue is. I have, in my limited experience in the shop, never heard of this before, and I'm interested in learning more about it. Phil, what is it?
This tire has a shifted belt on it, and if you go on this side.
Okay. Oh, so we're just gonna stand here and we're gonna see it. I can already see it right over there.
Right, you can kind of see it.
Can you guys see that right there, where it's kind of shimmying up and down? So what does that mean? It's a bent belt?
Yeah, it's kind of a bent belt, or sometimes the belt either shift or they get misaligned, and you get this slight vibration in there. This is a balance wheel, but you still have that.
So interesting. So what is the remedy for this? Would this be something that we would be looking to replace?
Either you have to deal with that slight vibration, or you have to replace the tire.
Okay, awesome. Well, luckily it's on my front, so it's a little bit cheaper than the other ones. And I don't want to do things, second to none. So I'm going to make sure that this thing is perfect. And I appreciate Phil for pointing that out. We also had a dent in one of my wheels. So my premonition was right. And that's why every time that you're swapping your sets out, don't rely on your memory from back in the fall. Make sure that you go into your shop and get them tested out, because I just saved myself a lot of money if this went from bad to worse, and you can't put a price on safety. Thanks a lot, Phil. All right, we're in the shop. All right, alloy wheel specialist has fixed this wheel. It's not aesthetically as pleasing on the back end now, but you can see here where they did their work. A couple of chips and stuff in the back end, which is unfortunate, but it's life. At least these are fixed up and they're rolling nice and smooth now. And then this one over here, we fixed the tire on as well. I found some cool center caps, and I think just to spice it up a bit, I'm gonna put these billet center caps on it instead of the ones that are in it right now, just for shits and giggles. Again, these are what we have on it. These are my all seasons, which are taking off. We're also gonna be balancing, making sure that these don't have any demons in them, making sure that we can get it ready so we don't have a situation like this where now we're at the end of May and I'm just getting my summer shoes on because I wasn't proactive in getting them balanced and checked out with Phil before. So Phil is going to be doing that on these ones to make sure that we get them all done. And then also with me having 24,000 kilometers on my Corvette, I am due for a brake service. So if we feel the edge of my rotor right here, there's a bit of a lip on there, and my pads squeal sometimes now, and it's a little embarrassing when you're in a drive-through or something like that to have your brakes squealing. Phil, what are the best advantages of doing a brake service to your Corvette?
It just keeps your brakes moving freely so they don't bind up and just prematurely wear out the brakes.
And so what we're doing is we're just kind of scuffing down the pad and also lubricating where the shoes fit. That's not bad. Okay, so we're getting these on. We're going to switch out the center caps on here. Phil's going to balance and make sure that my older all-season tires are good to go for the next year. And, just paying it forward. It's like, just saving me some time from having to do it in the summer. Just doing.